The Sex Ed Salon is reimagining all the things that you never knew to talk about. Consent is such a new topic that even in like the New York State Department of Education, they have like a health curriculum. They're like one class on consent is like how to refuse sex. Like how to say no. Did this person say no effectively? No, that means it kind of has this undertone of like you deserve it if you don't actively speak up for yourself. But what me and the other health educators really try to do, and of course Liz and Noreen, is make it more of a dialogue, saying that you have to ask consent, you have to say things, you have to talk about it. It's not just a one-time yes, no, right now. It keeps happening every single time. In general, the way that people teach, and you all can attest to it, is it's very like in a certain context of like, now you are in school, now you are learning, this is important because I say so. As opposed to like bring it to the students like what they already know. So like, you would think of like, oh, when you go to have someone touch your body and like a very intimate part of like looking at your nails and writing things on it, that's also a part where you can continue having these conversations about like, what does it mean when someone touches you? How do you say yes? How do you say no? What if you want to say yes, but you just don't want to do it right now? And it goes on and on into all these like beautiful conversations. The classes that we were able to go into were so receptive, especially at the international school, where, like I was saying, a lot of this, they have, 5, 6 different languages in one classroom. A lot of the students were doubling as translators and re-explaining it, which in itself is like an amazing activity to like hear something in another language, translate it to your own, and then explain it to someone else. Like, how many different points are we hitting on? But yeah, all the students are like, every single time I see them in the hallways, they're like, excuse me, miss, when can I get my shirt? Like, excuse me, miss, I want to come to the health fair. Actually, a week ago, someone came knocking on my door. I was like, is the health fair today? And I'm like, I'm sorry, it's next week, but you can come back then. And they're like, oh man, I've been waiting so long. Other students in the classroom are like confused as to how they can take on consent. So they're like, okay, yeah, consent, that's cool, you should do that. And then I asked them one step further, well, how can you do that in your life? And they're like, think. Well, like, if you want to touch somebody, you should ask them. And I'm like, that was perfect. That's all you need to do. And they're like, okay, I can do this.